Sween, Yanks staying internal here at left field, or is Reynolds a trade with him realistic?
I mean, I don't think a trade is realistic for Reynolds because of the asking price right now. And remember, the Pirates don't have to trade him. They can ask the Yankees for Jason Dominguez and Anthony Volpe, and the Yankees can say no, and the Pirates say, okay, just keep playing. Listen, Reynolds is not the kind of guy that has to move right now. He still has 3 more years left. He's not coming off the best season either. He had his best season 2 years ago, down a little bit last year. If the Pirates are looking to maximize, it's really not the right time because you're not going to get full value for a player that's this far away from free agency yet, and the Yankees aren't willing to bite. I think what's more likely to happen right now as we get closer and closer to spring training is that the Yankees are looking internally to start the year, but will be doing the same thing they do every year is, okay, we're going to start the season with this guy, but that's not who we're going to battle with in August, September. We will be looking all year long.
Britt, are there any outfielders you want the Yankees to target here to upgrade left field?
Yeah, so I haven't heard much about Baltimore's Anthony Santander. And when you look side by side, guys, he's not going to command the King's ransom that Brian Reynolds is, but he's a guy who's not a free agent until 2025. And he certainly kind of fits that bill. He's not as good as Aaron Hicks is defensively, but offensively, he's been the best power hitter that Baltimore has in that lineup. And I think when you look from Baltimore's perspective, they view him as someone who's a little more expendable than center fielder Cedric Mullins. And he is coming off a really good year. He was healthy. He had more than 600 plate appearances. And when you look at these two guys, there's not that big of a difference here. As Sweeney said, there was a little bit of a down year for Reynolds. But, you know, you look at this, and defensively, Santander has a little bit of an edge. And also, he strikes out much less, and he walks a little bit more. So he's a little bit more of a complete bat. And he's a guy who's still young, and he's under team control for a couple more seasons. So I haven't heard a lot about him. But again, it's not totally unprecedented for the Yankees and the Orioles to make a trade. They did so for Zach Britton in 2018. So certainly they could make that move, even though it's within the division. It's a name that, to me, is intriguing and certainly would be an upgrade.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy there for sure, Britt. The one other guy, maybe you've heard his name out there is a little bit, is Max Kepler of the Twins, but he's coming off a down year. Really hasn't had a good year since 2019, a big year home run-wise, and he's more of a right fielder than he has been a left fielder, so it doesn't seem like a fit. I like Cabrera. I think he showed a lot in his first year, came up there and played with poise, athleticism. He had some issues in the postseason in some of those balls that dropped in, but it looks like he's athletic enough he can learn to play left field for sure. So I think I'd be willing to roll the dice with him.
Yeah, I like Cabrera too, but as a utility guy. I mean, Cashman himself said that they need a left fielder, and yet they've let guys come off the board. It's very un-Yankee-like. So they need to upgrade in left field. You cannot roll into the season what they have right now. And I like Cabrera, just not as a full-time, everyday left fielder.